hopefully you can see my share screen right now.
Okay, so you think you're going to make 10 minutes? I should give out a prize. Whoever gets exactly 10 minutes.
Let's make a raffle or something.
There we go. Okay, so ready to go?
Okay, so welcome to my presentation. Kalispera, everyone. I feel so honored and privileged to be here with you, actually, and thank you, Rob and Maria. That's really kind of you to host me in here. So my presentation title would be 1 through 3 encouragement to see. So you're gonna see during the next slides that what I'm trying to explain to you. So my name is Gulbin Ozdemir Altigoz. I'm an EFL teacher from Turkey. So today's menu, what do we have today for you is that the first step would be self-introduction, of course, and the second one would be basic characteristics of young learners, because I've been working with young learners like for about 10 years already. So, and then the third one would be certain strategies to promote learner autonomy in young learners, especially in young learners. And the fourth one, the last one, would be reflection and closure. So I would like to move on to my presentation with a really, really special quote that I really like. So that is, children are not things to be molded, but are people to be unfolded by just layer. This is really critical, actually. And it's like a motto for my teaching career. Let's move on to the next slide. Self-introduction is here right now. So I'm an EFL teacher and also researcher. I've been working at Bedeklimak Primary School, which is in Antalya. Maybe you just visited somehow. Antalya is quite popular because, so it's a primary school, and I've been working there for 6 years already. And also this year, I started to work at Civic Science and Art Center, where we have gifted and talented students, and they are enrolled there with an examination, with an official examination. So the students there are also so nice and valuable. Also, I'm certified TESOL advanced practitioner, and I'm currently working on my master's thesis in ELT. So of course, fingers crossed, but I hope I will be finishing that next year in June or something. Okay, so characteristics of young learners. So as you might know already, they're so energetic, they're so imaginative and creative. That is the most wonderful side of the coin, actually. They're so energetic, which you can use for your lessons. They're so imaginative and creative, which you can use as well for your lessons, because you can't imagine what they have in their imagination. And sometimes even with some like 15 years or something like that in your teaching career, you're amazed what they're bringing you all the time on a paper or orally. So they enjoy learning through playing. That's really important, because I love games and I use games during my lessons. And also they respond well to praising. So certain strategies to promote learner autonomy in young learners can be listed as like this. So first of all, give simple and meaningful tasks to complete in an appropriate time. This is actually not a given word in a book or something like that. This is what I've been experiencing for about 10 years already. So I just try to give very simple and very, not easy, but very simple and meaningful, realistic tasks to my students. And the time is really important, because if you give a homework or a task, and if you just force them to complete that in a very, very limited time, it doesn't work. So you fail. So the second one would be encourage them to act independently and tolerate their own products, even their mistakes. So there can be drawings or posters or some other things. But I usually admire those with their handwriting and their own drawings. And I don't like so many tasks or homeworks which parents do or parents quite help. So I encourage all the time them to act on their own and do the task on their own. So provide them with assistance. This is really important. What I mean by assistance is not doing the thing instead of them, but just, show some ways to go further. For example, I provide the parents and also my students with brief written explanations while I'm giving the tasks, or pictures or samples, etc. Usual path that I follow would be like, for example, the first step is introduction of the task, and the second one, research and guided preparation. I want to highlight guided in the sentence, because when you just say, okay, this is your task and go and do whatever you can do, is not the right thing. You need to give them some clues, and you need to provide them with some hints and also some brief explanations in order to make the students to see that there's nothing to be afraid of. They can do the task on their own. So if you just leave them alone, it will be something like, okay, I don't want to do it because I don't know what to do. So in order to, prevent yourself from failing as a teacher, so you need to provide some guided preparation for them. And the third step would be performance. So as you can see, my title brings us here. So first step, second step, and third step, 1, 2, 3, encouragement to see the actual thing that you're expected me to do for you. So destination would be reflection and discussion among their classmates. I'm going to provide you some sample tasks right now. For example, this one was one of my sample tasks for my third graders, but it was like during pandemic. So we were teaching online on Zoom again. So with some groups it did go well, but some groups it didn't work well. So actually it's mostly it mostly depends on the parents and also some possibilities, etc. So the unit was weather, and the task was make a simple poster about weather and present it to me through a video after I teach them, of course, because our unit was weather and we were learning weather conditions and also weather forecast. So I gave them two options. The one of them is weather forecast for one city for 1 week. They could just go online, or they could just watch some TV to find out whether the weather forecast, how weather forecast would be in Antalya for 1 week or another city. So the second option would be weather forecast for different cities. So they could just, prepare some posters and drawings like cloudy and windy. For example, Izmir is windy and Antalya is sunny, something like that. And then the last step will be video submission via WhatsApp, because we were using WhatsApp at that time. And after that, we are gonna have we would have some discussion with the parent and student as well for about like 5 minutes or so. And also during our class online with their classmates, in order to give them some effective feedback. And sample task for fourth graders during pandemic and also face-to-face. So I've been doing this for about like 5 years already, this activity. So our unit is like countries and nationalities with my fourth graders. And I usually give them this task because it really works well for them. And since I have been working in Belek, we have students from 10 different countries, also this year 10 plus actually. And so I take this as granted for me, because that's really nice to see lots of other students from lots of other countries, from other parts of the world. So I like to provide a chance to them to introduce their culture and their countries, and also to my students as well, to choose another country to, establish empathy. So choose a country to represent and do some research on traditional clothes and songs is the first step. And second step, wear traditional clothes if you have. it isn't compulsory. Or wear clothes in colors of that country's flag. This is really affordable because, you know, for example, Italy, white and red and green, so they could just, you know, combine something. Bring, show something representing that country. It could be flags, magnets, etc. Also souvenirs or fruit if available, because I have some parents who like to show their talent and abilities to cook well, actually, and that's nice to see some snacks in the classroom for my students to taste at least something that represents that country. And also present your country in English in 5 sentences, but they can say hello in their original language, of course. So, and then listen to the others. Especially, I provided something here to be kept in their portfolios. I make them, make my students to keep some portfolios in order to see their progress. So whatever they bring, whatever they do, they keep it in their portfolios. I quite find it really important. So reflections, these are reflections of my students. I didn't include their names. I like the tasks our teacher gives because they're so much fun. I enjoy doing the tasks because I create lots of nice things. And this is the last one. I like fine English classes because the tasks are easy to do. I know what I'm doing while doing the task. So thank you. Thank you so much for your being here with me. Thank you.
Great. And you made the 10 minutes plus a little. That's good. Great. Very good. Thanks so much for doing this.